You know this guy because you just talked to him for 20 minutes. It's Power 105.3. My name is Otis, the O Show. So excited to have the artist that changed my entire life, I think, sitting next to me. Usher. Man, I got a fangirl for a second for two reasons. I got to go personal early, okay? I grew up in cornfields in Illinois, but it was funny to hear you say that you lost your voice and then found it later because you were the whole reason I found my voice growing up. We're about the same age. You're a couple years older than me, but watching your trajectory and your path, I was there like the whole way. In the middle of Illinois, listening to this Atlanta sound, and you and Outkast, and that like raised me. So I want to thank you for that and helping me find my voice through your music.
Well, Otis, man, you're welcome. Yeah, man.
That's first. Second up, I really screwed up early on in my relationship with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And so
you gonna blame that on me too?
I got it. Yeah, I am. Well, I ain't gonna lay it on you. I'm gonna lay it on me.
I'm joking.
But I need you to help is the problem here. So I need you to shout out Brittany. Say, hey, what's up to Brittany? That's my wife.
What's up, Brittany? I know you're listening right now. Whatever he's going to do today, tomorrow, and next week, and the year after that, please forgive him. Yeah.
I'll explain why, because I took another girl to an Usher concert in Charlotte. It was when we first started talking, and I had already gotten tickets. I knew I was going, and real good friend of mine. It wasn't like a girl like that. It was just like, she's like, I want to see Usher. So I took her to the concert. We got a picture with you, and she's never let me live it down.
Oh, man.
But we're coming to the Atlanta show in August, so.
Well, you got rebound. Yeah, you get back.
She's excited, man. She said she couldn't be here, but I appreciate you for all that. So we could go through your trophy case all day, talk about the 30 years in music you put in. We could talk about the biggest selling artist worldwide that you are. We could talk about the biggest watched Super Bowl halftime performance, the 8 Grammys, the 9 albums. But when Usher leaves this world, what do you want to be known for?
I was a man of passion. I was a storyteller. I was a man that shared my truth, that may have helped people, that may have changed your perspective, that may have created or at least established a standard. I would want to be remembered as somebody who was passionate, honest.
I like that.
Committed, dedicated, and created a standard.
100%. So 30 years into your career now, if you got a chance.
That was my audition. That was like my voiceover audition. Didn't
I like
work.
it. That's going to be in like a little clip in the documentary.
Right?
30 years in the industry now, looking back at 14-year-old Usher that's about to drop the self-titled album, what do you tell him to look forward to not do, just about the path that he's about to go on?
You know, 14-year-olds are very cocky, full of themselves. The first thing I would say is, bet you can't do it like me. Me knowing how determined I was once I established what my passion was, I would just tell my younger self, enjoy it more. Yeah, I know there are standards that you would like to be different, and I know you are gonna have to work hard for every bit of accolade that you get, more harder than actually other people. But the reality is, this is a good commitment, and you've made the right decision. Stay committed to it, love it, but really enjoy it, because I now get a chance to enjoy your hard work because you didn't take the time while you were building it to just enjoy it.
Yeah, when you're like in this moment now,
Yeah.
You're getting legend status. I mean, I'd already put you there. Do you walk by that plaque that you got in the studio or in your hallway just occasionally and just stop and just like, yeah? Or when you look at your first My Way #1 single, you know?
I'm just now starting to do that. Throughout the process of building my career, I didn't really look at my awards as the goal or the moment. If I were able to receive those awards, then great. But I never looked over at them and said, yeah, I did that. I just was like, okay, next thing.
Next thing, yeah.
Next thing. Right,
I think we all tend to do that in
yeah.
life, and we don't look back on the accomplishments that we really have built to get to where we're at.
Yep.
Now, speaking of those accomplishments, residency in Vegas,
Yep.
Super Bowl, that's one of the most watched halftimes ever. hell of a way to represent Atlanta, man. We were in our living room doing the Usher dances. I wish I would have had my roller skates ready because I was about to get in it. I was doing it a little bit earlier before you came in because I was a roller skater too. When I get to take my kids to the skating rink in Buford, I throw a little like backwards and like spin. They hate it. First off, they're like, "Dad, would you stop, please?" I'm the only parent doing it, but it's in my soul, so I can't. I can't help it. But when you were at the Super Bowl and you were doing the roller skating, I know you do it in your Vegas show. It's part of your act. Have you ever busted your ass at a point when you like maybe tried something new, or you were just trying that one you've done 100 times and?
Well, I mean, the only way you get better is to fall down and get back up. So yeah, I fell a lot, man, before I finally figured out, how to do it. Skating is a metaphor for life. You know what I'm saying? And the more you work at it, the better you get at it. Yeah. But yeah, I busted my ass on stage, actually, in Las Vegas, and it was a quick moment, but my recovery was crazy.
Well, that's what it's about. It's how you get up, right? That's a metaphor for life as well.
Yeah.
All right, so you've done all these crazy things in life. You've hit all these milestones. I'm sure there was the bucket list after bucket list that you're just, so what's the next one?
Man, to do more storytelling. I think I really have enjoyed, the perspective that I have had, and to be able to have shared that perspective in music with people. Well, I've had a similar perspective in the places I've gone and the experiences that I've had, to be able to now find ways to share that with people through brands. I've really had the opportunity to evaluate what sustainability is ultimately about. It's the things you leave behind, and I want to leave, I'd love to develop furniture. I'd love to develop a hotel. I'd love to develop an entire space. When I say I want you to understand what the Atlanta experience is, to be able to bring an experience that no matter where people come from, they're like, oh, this is what Atlanta feels like? Yes. I really want to bring the world to the A. But I also, too, want to continue to allow the rest of the world and what it has offered me to be something that's an offering to the people who, will invest in what I believe in. Rather it is a nightclub or a restaurant or a piece of clothing or a product or whatever it might be. That's what I hope I can do next, to be a better storyteller through other means.
Well, congratulations, too, on getting married recently.
Thank you, man.
That's amazing.
It's a great day.
I've been married for 10 years, been with her for 12.
Marriage gets a golf clap. That's
You're probably still in that newlywed phase, but is there anything that maybe you do that just gets on her nerves, but it's just the thing you do? Because I'll give you an example. My wife, she, for some reason, and God love her, we share in the chores at home, right?
Yep.
But when she vacuums, she leaves the thing, like once she's done, it's done. The vacuum's there, the cord's still strung all the way out. There's no wrapping it up or putting it back, and it just gets under my skin. Do you have any like marriage things like that?
I have a pet peeve, and I also too have one that I'm pretty certain is something that is significant for most men. We don't leave the seat down, right?
Yeah.
And that becomes a real problem.
Yeah.
Pet peeve of mine has always been, really say what you mean when you're in the moment. It's a pet peeve of mine to later on say, well, I would have told you I would have told you not to do that. What? Why didn't you say something?
All right, I hear you. Cool, let's do a quick game. It's called the Fast Five, so first thing that comes to your mind.
Go.
He hit the food spot. So I'm just going to say favorite ATL spot when you get back home. You've been in Vegas forever. You've been on tour forever. The spot you got to hit, the one you miss the most when you come back to Atlanta.
Spot that I have to hit when I come back to Atlanta? Yeah. Man, I really do. Let me see. There's a little spot off of Piedmont called Nonstop. Nonstop, yeah. Nonstop is like my favorite little spot to drop in and have something to eat.
All right, dope. Yeah. Something you nerd out on that's not music.
Something I nerd out on?
Yeah, like video games, show, books.
Board games.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's the
one?
Board
games and cards and stuff like that. I love like Connect Four.
Okay.
You know,
You super
checkers.
competitive too?
Super competitive.
Yeah.
Checkers, you know, boardwalk, card games, all that. Yeah.
All right. Favorite place or country you've toured or you love to go back to?
I love Paris. You know what? I think Australia. Australia, I love more.
Okay.
I enjoy Europe. And
A lot of stuff can kill you in Australia.
Yeah.
That's what fears my
A lot
fear
of stuff
about
can
it.
heal you in Australia too, though.
That's true. That's true. All right. So we're both '90s kids. So something you missed from the past that we used to have, but we don't got it no more.
Freak Nick.
Freak, Freak Nick. All right. I haven't watched that special yet, but I definitely want. All right. Last one. Your song, "Nice and Slow," is my go-to karaoke song every single time. So what's your go-to karaoke? If you had to get up and do it right now, what's the one you're putting in?
Man.
Not your music, obviously. It's something
Not
else.
my music. Man, I don't know if I can say this on radio, but when I met you, yeah, that's mine.
All right.
It's a Dr. Dre record, just to put
Yeah.
it.
Heck yeah. All right. Appreciate you. Usher, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you being on the O Show. Power 105.3. Superstar in the building.
Thank you.